Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do this. I already mentioned this to the stream, but I'll do another little explanation for those that just joined or for those who are watching it on the YouTube. At the end of the month, I like to do a little subscriber Q&A in order to say thank you for those who went above and beyond and subscribed to the channel. As always, you don't have to be subscribed to ask me questions. Every single stream, people are more than welcome to actually ask me questions, and I'll do my best to answer it. Even if I don't catch the questions, you can always send me a private message on Facebook, and I'll get back to you whenever I can. So subscribers in the chat room. Oh yeah, let me not forget to turn this one off. I don't know how long we're going to be doing this. It's currently 9:15. And we'll probably keep it to 30 minutes, but unless there are like a massive amount of questions, I don't think so. Because I've been doing this every month and, you know, the more questions you answer, the less there are. So that's good. So subscribers, do you even have any questions for me this month? Or should I just do an open Q&A for everybody? That's also a possibility. What did Vrouw eat for breakfast? Garrosh O's. Do you think blood elves got high by smoking weed and their eyes turned green? Yes, that's what happened. Yes. I don't think we have enough questions to do a sub Q&A even. Who built Karazhan? Anyone Wonderland asks. Are there any theories on what do you think? I believe that they described this in the novel The Last Guardian, in which Medivh explained it with the whole crater thing and Karazhan, that he didn't come to Karazhan because of... It was a little bit confusing, to be honest, but the gist of it was that it had to be. And I don't believe they've ever said that this and this faction actually built Karazhan. Do you have a bar here, Garrison? Yeah, it's right around the corner, man. In my opinion, which of the warlords suffers the lamest ending? I mean, Ner'zhul in the Shadow Realm, but Ner'zhul was kind of nice with the whole Shadow Moon Valley questline. Gary, but Gary had a nice ending at the end of Thrall, that was kind of neat. I don't think I actually have one that has a lame ending. Yeah, maybe Kargoth. But the only reason why I find his lame is because they planned to do more with Kargoth in the beta. On certain difficulties he would actually run away and there might be more story development, but they cut that out. So yeah, I'll go with Kargoth. In the War of the Ancients, Crassus saves Dragon's Eggs from the Blue File Light by putting them away in some kind of other dimension pocket. What the heck is that pocket? I want one. It's an interdimensional pocket. It's magic. Are you working or thinking about doing another top 10 video? Your other ones are awesome. Thank you very much, Jellymoose. I'm actually thinking of doing a top 10 legendary weapons. I'm thinking about a top 10 lore fuck-ups, in which I talk about the mistakes that Blizzard has made over the years in the lore. For example, Garrosh's storyline during the Cataclysm, or Illidan's storyline during the Burning Crusade. You know, little things that I'm like, okay, you done and goofed. That would be the top 10. Well, if we're gonna wait, I might as well grab another candy. Hello, Jason the King. Howdy, howdy. I don't think we have a lot of questions this month. Nope. I mean, like, oh, I'm fighting a god right now. Oh, he attacks. Let me step into this other dimensional pocket where it's safe to step out again. That's not how it works. The most hilarious lore fuck up? Well, yeah, it kind of depends on what you find funny. When I was doing the story of Blackrock Mountain, I actually discovered a little bit of questline that makes absolutely no sense, but you'll hear about that Monday. There is one where, if you read the novel Lord of the Glens, you read about Blackmore picking up Vrouw taking him with the ultimate goal of training Thrall and making him lead the orcs that are imprisoned within the internment camps. But the thing is, at the time there were no internment camps yet. I found that one kind of funny. Have to be Falstad, yeah man. Red shirt guy for the win. Am I planning to work on with Nixium again? Yup. Yup. Do you think Garrosh will return? I doubt it, to be honest. I think that the whole Garrosh storyline is done and over with. I don't think we'll be seeing much more of him, no. Yeah, I'm gonna open up the chat for everybody. I'm gonna make it an open Q&A, everybody. I don't think we have enough questions. Don't think we do. So everybody, welcome. We'll do it live, no problemo. Freedom! Right. So if you have any questions, chat room, by all means, shoot, go. Thank you very much, Mr. Fiber. Why is Gul'dan so ugly? Using warlock powers makes you ugly. How tall am I? I'm 1 meter and 90 centimeters. I don't know how that's in feet. What are the dark figures on the Dark Portal and the Black Temple? They are just statues. There's no real lore behind it, behind the Guardians. I've been asked this many times. There's no real story to tell, unfortunately. What happened to the Knights of the Ebonblade after the Lich King? Not much. They've been working on getting Bolvar off the throne, I believe. That's about it. How much would it take to buy candy bars off you? You can have them for free, as I see now. Is there anyone that can stand a chance against Medivh and Azeroth? Yeah. I mean, considering that Khadgar and Lothar were able to take him out, sure. How can I roll my tongue like you? Just go... Rrrr. Pick one. Resto Druid or Resto Shaman? Neither, because I don't like healing. Would you get a total and ultimate loregasm if they would make like 3-part movie trilogy about Arthur's Rise of the Lich King? Absolutely. Do you think Blizzard will end Draenor Grum's story in a good guy way? I think he's gonna sacrifice himself for the greater good, yeah. Dogs or cats? Dogs. Oh yeah, for those that have come up to this Q&A, do keep in mind that I don't know what questions chat room are gonna ask, so... You know, there might be spoilers later on the expansion. I don't have any restrictions on the questions. So please do keep that in mind. 190. You're too tall. I couldn't reach you. Don't want to marry me anymore. Aww. What do you want the next expansion story to be? Either Azora and N'Zoth or Burning Legion Outer Space. Check out my Dark Below speculation video for more details. Is Ner'zhul a shaman or a shadow priest? A shaman. Will you get a candy shop in your garrison that will get infested with rats and then sell them with rats inside? Yup. Since Garona is half orc and half Draenei, who do you think her mother and father could be? Her mother is Marat's sister. That was her mother. Father is unknown. When you played your hunter in classes, in Classic I assume, what spec did you play and what spec is your hunter now? I put my points in aimed shot because that was freaking awesome. As a night elf, you could stealth and you could just go like while stealthed and then pew, and if it critted, it would take like 75% of their health. It was awesome. And these days, I have no idea what my hunter spec is. I need to play it again. Do you think the Bronze Dragonflight will play an important role in the Waters of the Draenor expansion at some point? I sure hope so. No idea. Yeah, there's still one vision of the... not the Isle of Thunder. The Timeless Isle. There was one vision with Soridormi dying. This could be because it's an alternate reality, and that could still happen. Or we might still see it in the expansion, or, you know, it's just disregarded. So maybe. When will there be a Vol'jin lore video? I've done Shadows of the Horde, which is about Vol'jin, and the story of Vol'jin is on the list. What do you know about the origins of undead? Who is the first undead? Yeah, the thing is, I'm thinking like, who is the first undead? And there are different kinds of undeads. I know from the War of the Ancients novels that the Dreadlords, they were already messing about with necromancy and resurrecting the dead, even during War of the Ancients. So it's not unlikely, it's not crazy to assume that they've been doing that for quite some time. Then there is the one guy that actually raised Medan, but he resurrected himself later on. So I would say that the Dreadlords during the War of the Ancients, that's one of the earliest recollections of undead. Of course, there's also Galagras or Galagrand, the undead proto-dragon. Yep. Do you believe that Khadgar is just Medivh in disguise? After all, he has the staff as a Tish and can turn into a raven. Unless Blizzard gives a real explanation to it, I'm just gonna go with they gave him his powers and a cool looking weapon. I'm not gonna go with he's actually Medivh in disguise. But anything's possible. You know, they could always give a spin on it. Who are your favorite WoW YouTubers? Too many to mention. What happened with the Sunwell after the Burning Crusade? Not much. It just empowered the Blood Elves, and over time the Blood Elves will actually lose their green eyes from the Fel magic corruption, and it's now empowering them. Favorite dragon aspect? Ysera, because she can give nightmares. Could the Vrykul become a playable race? Yeah, they could. Do you think the dragon aspects will be an important part of lore again, or is the story finished? For now, it's pretty much overdone and finished. I hope Blizzard will reverse it upon a time. But for now it's done. Why did Ufir disapprove of Arthur's culling of Steffholm, considering the inhabitants were in fact infected and there was nothing else to do? That's up for debate, to be honest. If you check out the Warcraft 3 campaigns, at some point the Kirin Tor, they actually place a bubble around Dalaran, which hurts the undead and makes it very difficult to get inside. They could have done a similar thing, like quarantine around the city. Even Arthas himself doubted about his actions, wasn't sure if what he did was right, so yeah. There's a little bit of a debate if it was actually the only option. Or Gul'dan before he became a warlock, he was a shaman. Do you think the Universal Blizzard are connected besides just Heroes of the Storm? I can see it possible, but it would take a bit of writing, such as Zelnaga being a different group of titans. I don't think so, shoot. I think Heroes of the Storm specifically debunks any theories around that. Because, relax, Jason. Relax, man. I think that Heroes will debunk that. And, you know, or at least does debunk that. But anything's possible. If Blizzard wants to, they can always write that story in. And Jason asked, all I was asking was about Chef Ref and what will happen to it in future patches. What do you think will be about? I have no idea, Jason. I have no idea, man. I wonder if we'll even get to see inside of Chef Ref. I highly doubt it, to be honest. Who's Sarah in the Yogg-Saron encounter? That's an image created by Yogg-Saron. And at first I was like, Sarah, that was Thorin's wife, but I was wrong about that. I think it's just an image created by Yogg-Saron, to be honest. My favorite class in WoW is the Paladin. What do you think would happen if the lore of Arthas was reversed and it was actually Ufir? There was Arthas and Arthas was Ufir. Would Wrath of the Lich King be changed much? Yeah, a lot. Then we would have Arthas. Lordaeron wouldn't fall the way that it did. Because Arthas could show up and be like, I'm gonna stab you now, daddy. But if Ufir showed up like that, it would be a whole different story. So yeah, it would definitely change. Are you making any lore videos, like with the Titans, Broxigar, Old Gods, etc. at the moment, or are those kind of lore videos on hold? I've done one recently, the story of Khadgar, Jesper, and coming Monday we're going to do the story of Blackrock Mountain, where we talk about the things that happen in Blackrock Mountain. After that, it might be Legendary Chapter 3, or the story of Marcus, aka the Steamy Romance novels. Then we'll probably do a Q&A, and then we'll see where we go from there. Have you decided what Let's Play you're making after WoW with Fury is finished? Not yet. We were thinking Portal 2. We'll probably find a fun game to play at some point. Do you think there will ever be a Murloc class? I can only hope. Do you think they're going to update the Wargame models? I don't think so. At least the plan was to finish the classic models up to the Blood Elves and the Draenei. And after that they would have to see what they're going to do. So maybe. Maybe. Favorite race in WoW? Lore-wise, I'm gonna go with the Orcs, playable humans. Thrall versus Khadgar. Who will win? You also have the dragons, by the way. I really like dragons. Thrall would win because Thrall is Madsen's boy. Favorite War Chief, King, Leader. War Chief, I really liked Orgrim Doomhammer. King, haven't really experienced many kings, to be honest. And yeah, I'm just gonna go with Orgrim. He was kind of cool. And Thrall pre-Cataclysm was awesome. Favorite expansion, Dungeon and Raid boss. Expansion, Mr. Pandaria. Dungeon, I don't know. There've been a shit ton of dungeons that I really enjoyed. I'm gonna go Oculus because Oculus doesn't get enough love. And Raid, that will probably be Ulduar or ICC. And Raid boss, that would be Classic Nefarian because that was the last boss I really raided with and took out. Are the Zandalani Empire done or are they still out there? Their island is slowly sinking in the sea. That's about it. The rest is pretty much done. How do you feel about the latest cinematic? Seems like a redemption story incoming for Gromash and something really demonic coming since Kilrock. Second, check out my video called 6.1 Legendary Spoilers. In that one I talk about my opinion about what we see there and yeah, check that video out. Do you plan on getting a PS4? Probably when Kingdom Hearts released, yeah. Do you ever think we'll see Kel'Thuzad as we never found his phylactery? Likely, once we ever return to the whole Scourge storyline, for sure. Is there like a Sunwell thingy in Draenor as well, or was it only on Azeroth? There was, well, not on Draenor, not in this timeline, but in Outland, Illidan did create a similar thing to the Sunwell. He also created a mini Well of Eternity. I miss Mr. Pandaria, right? Yeah, man. It was a good expansion. Why was Azura blue? I thought it's the use of magic that made the elves pale. What do you mean blue, Kevdali? What is Netherstorm in Draenor? That would have been Farallon, but Farallon never made it into the expansion. At least not yet. Do you think Gul'dan will call down Kil'jaeden before we kill him Tanan? I think we'll see a lot more demonic influences, yeah. Do you want a new class, raids, or more classes with 4 specs in the expansion? I'll take a new class with raids, please. I always enjoy starting areas and leveling up a new class. Dragons, please. What character in WoW would you pick to have coffee with and ask him some questions? Rephion. Rephion's just awesome. You're going to do Kingdom Hearts 3 Let's Play. Not on YouTube. I might boot it up on the stream. Maybe. But Kingdom Hearts music and all that is just copyright hell on YouTube, so it's not going up there. Other than Illidan, what do we know about Demon Hunters? Angry Hermit, check out my Story of Illidan video. I actually talk about the remaining Demon Hunters that we know, especially at the end. But there are too many to name right now. Who would win in a chess game, Arthas or Illidan? Illidan, for sure. Arthas wasn't the brightest. When and why did you move to Silvermoon? A couple of weeks ago to join the Guild the Watchmen, since they occasionally let me come with them on a raid. Do you think it's possible Kilrock perhaps drank Archimonde's blood? His skin seemed to turn a similar hue. I've heard that theory, and for now I'm just gonna go with it was Madaros blood until Blizzard gives something else, because that would also mean that Archimonde is on the planet already, and we're fucked. Why did Kil'Thas turn evil? Did he smoke weed or something? He turned evil because the Lore Burning Crusade was a clusterfuck, and it was terrible. What'd you say if I could get you a Spectral Tiger? I would say thanks, but no thanks, Assassino. I couldn't accept that. But thank you for the offer. Where's Illidan in this timeline? Still imprisoned? So, her model has blue skin like Tyrande, but wouldn't the magic she used make her look more like a high elf than a night elf? I think that's more of a model thing, to be honest. I don't know if magic would actually make her paler, though. I'm not sure if that's how it works. Chris Madsen versus Sam Wise. Who would win? Chris Madsen, of course, because I would help him. Why would Kilrock go evil? Giving in to Snoop Dogg. After giving in to Snoop Dogg. Maybe he saw a vision. Maybe plot twist he's going to betray them. Although I doubt it, since you become kind of slave once you drink demon blood. Maybe. How many times do you have a lore question, but forget it before you can ask? In the whispers I heard, we can help. Does the we mean the old cast together? Does that imply they were actually cooperating? Yes. Back then, during the lore, John Q, the old gods were described as the free. So for the old gods. But later, lore has been retconned many times for the old gods, and now not so much. Now it's, I believe they've made it N'Zoth. But yeah, back then they worked together. My favorite fruits. Oh, I love fruit, man. All kinds of fruit, but I think I'll go with watermelon. Freaking love watermelon. Any old gods related stuff on Draenor? There are hints here and there that they could tie into the old gods, like, what do you call him? Anzu. He was talking with the gods of the abyss and he found them dull. That could be old gods. But nothing concrete, no. Aw, thank you, SSC, no. What song do I have playing in my garrison? I think the Panda song, to be honest, but can't other people change it? Is there a Well of Eternity in Azeroth in Draenor timeline? By this time that we're here, it's blown up. What do you do to cheer yourself up when you're sad? Eat. I'm an emotional eater, which is terrible. And then I just try to talk with people and, you know, stay active. Stay active is a really good thing to do. Can you call Raffion a half aspect, since he ate the Thunder King's heart and received the power of a Titan Watcher? Maybe. Sure. Am I accepted to come to your garrison? Isn't my group listed anymore, Yanzai? Oh no, it's not. No, it is. Be welcome. What expansion zone has the best soundtrack? Ooh, there are a lot of good songs. Wrath of the Lich King and Mr. Pandaria have been brilliant, but songs and cinematics are usually the strong suits for Blizzard. Do you think we will see more of the Arakoa? I hope so, man. The flying city in the sky would be freaking awesome. But I doubt it. I don't have any hopes anymore for really cool content in Warlords, unfortunately. Who now controls the Ogre Empire? Well, Heimal is done. That's just empty. Those guys are done. And who actually rules the massive Ogre Empire? That's entirely up for debate. We don't know. When the Burning Legion is coming to Draenor, is they going to free Illidan, since he's a good weapon against them? Well, Illidan's stuck on Azeroth, eh? And there's no real portal to Azeroth, so... yeah. What is it like for a day in the life of Noble? A day in the life of Noble is extremely boring. I wake up, and I drink my coffee, because I'm nothing without my coffee. Then I will get to work. It kind of depends on what work needs to be done. Could be editing a video, it could be cleaning up the house, it could be grocery shopping, you know. Most of the times it's just editing and writing scripts and working on videos. Once it's 6, I'll cook myself dinner, then I'll get back to work, and either I stream in the nights or I work on some other stuff. My life is work, work, work. But hey, at least it's work that I enjoy. Can you tell the story of Captain Placeholder? Once upon a time, Blizzard, way back when, we actually relied on boats and ships to transport us across the world. But you had to wait for boats and ships, and that sucked. So at some point I believe there was like a problem with teleporting, or a problem with the ships sending you to the next zone. So they placed Captain Placeholder there. And he instantly transported you, becoming an instant fan favorite. And from that moment on, they created a beautiful song about Captain Placeholder. What do you think Queen Azura will do to us when it decides to attack Azeroth? Flood the world, kill everybody, dominate us. Why do you think there's so much hate for Pandaria? Because people were unable to look beyond pandas? That's the main reason that I always hear when people complain about Pandaria. It's because there were pandas in it. Pandas? I don't like pandas! I want realistic things! I'm not a kid. I do not like pandas. I like goats. I like sexy blood elves. I like freaking cow people. But pandas? No. So yeah. And then of course there was the massive amount of daily quests that people complained about. But hey, it's better than doing nothing, right? Better than AFK in your garrison, in my opinion. Good evening, Zobimaru. When you say dominate us, do you mean it the way I want it? Do you think the Good End will take over the Iron Horde in the next patch? Spoilers! Check out my 6.1 legendary video, spoiler video. The weapon Quel'Delar was infused with Serenite, reforging it in the questline for the Lich King. Do you think... hang on. Hang on. Do you think that sometime in the future the weapon could become pure evil since Serenite's blood of Yogg-Saron isn't truly dead? Well, speaking of that blade, it's kind of the question who has it. Like, do we have it? Does Leodrin have it? Who knows? Yeah, I don't think so, to be honest. I mean, anything's possible. But I don't think so. What do you think about the Blood Elves' new G-string? Do you think Yogg-Saron will awake again and all the spread Serenites will reactivate or something? Corrupt Northrend and the new Lich King. I wish I could predict the future, but it would be a little bit of a rehashing of a story though. No, that would be fun. Sexist Blizzard woman. What are you talking about, huge? Sexist Blizzard woman. Malfurion versus Illidan. When Illidan had the Skull of Gul'dan, who could win? Who would win? Believe it or not, I will actually give it to Malfurion. That dude was powerful, man. When he tapped into it, he was powerful. We respond to some interesting ideas about Khadgar that you solicited in your video. I've actually read most of them, John Q. It's just that if I respond to one, I feel the need to respond to all of them. But I've actually read a lot of theories about Khadgar. When Sargeras became evil and left the other Titans, he liberated a lot of demons, right? Here's my question. There's Titans, Old Gods, so where the demons came from? They're Old Gods creations? Not as far as we know. As far as we know, demons just popped up out of existence. There's no real source known behind it, at least not that I know. But as far as I know, they're not created by Old Gods. Sexist Blizzard character from older games. A sexist Blizzard, as in the character itself is sexist, or it's sexist by being that character? If we're going to go with the last option, I would say, I think she was called Tiragosa in the comics. I think they did a pretty damn bad job with portraying her. I will, Garge. I'll check it out later, man. Is the music you're playing from your Garrison music box? No, it's from, if you scroll down the stream, Jesper, you'll see a button called the WoW music compilation. Click on it and it will take you to the song. Isn't Malfurion like only powerful in Azeroth? Let's say he fights with an assumed to be dead Illidan back in the Void. Could Malfurion do anything with his powers? No, right? He will need nature in order to do something, but sometimes you can bring like berries or fairy dust or leaves. But at some point you'll need some sort of element to fight with, yeah. What unfinished story from previous expansions would you want to see finished the most? The bit about Raffion and his message, like, we have fallen, we must rebuild the final Titan, do not forget. And it seems like Blizzard kind of forgot about it because it was never continued. Do you think Draenor will collide with the Ogre continent instead of blowing up? Maybe the next expect will be Discovery the Ogre continent with the Titan influence. What do you mean impact? Because the Ogre continent is already on the map, huh? I wish I could predict it, the future, Tony, but I can't, man. How do you imagine the end of WoW? Okay. Sit back. Here it comes. The end of World of Warcraft. It is a time beyond time. People have stopped caring about a game known as World of Warcraft. Blizzard has fulfilled its mission. It no longer wanted a very profitable game. Instead, they pushed content that nobody wanted. Instead, they promised the world and never delivered. So people walked away, and Blizzard had to come up with a new storyline. It is the year 2050, and by this time, Anduin has become the king of Stormwind. Sylvanas has taken over the Horde, and they are marshalling their armies for a final conflict. Unknown to them was that Azora, that we killed 8 expansions ago, her corpse landed upon Deathwing. You know, Deathwing, he died in the Maelstrom. And they fused together in this water-breathing dragon kind of magical being. So they returned, they unlocked the Old Gods, they unlocked the Legion, and now Horde and Alliance, for the 10,000th time, need to work together to bring down this threat. But, plot twist. Sylvanas doesn't play ball. She got her heart broken by Anduin because once upon a time they were actually a couple. But Anduin came out to her and said, yo, everything fine and dandy, but I just don't like undeads. She was like, oh no you didn't. So she doesn't play ball. And because they tried to take them on one at a time, they get their asses kicked. The world is dominated by this Deathwing Azara hybrid together with the Legion and the Old Gods. And then Old Gods try to take out the Legion, and the Legion try to take out the Old Gods, and then the planet blows up, and we're done. And then the face of Metzen shows up. And he says, why did you stop playing? You could have prevented this. You murdered us all. And that's how it ends. Is my PlayStation username Nobble87? I don't think I have a PlayStation username, to be honest. Do I sing in the shower? Sometimes. How much longer is the stream going to go for? I think 12 more minutes should do it. If you were asked to write lore for Blizzard, would you do it? For sure. And then has to go to bed because it's already too late. And Steelgrin, thank you very much. Like if you cry every time. I forgot the Lich King. No, I didn't. The Lich King, he got on a spaceship many years before that expansion. He's already long gone from the planet. Do you think 6.2 could be the last patch of this expansion and the whole Warlords of Draenor is just a plot twist? The last patch of the expansion is possible, because if you look at the questline, the next achievement is called the Final Assault, so it could definitely be the last patch. I would find it very disappointing though, but it could also, you know, it would fit with the whole BlizzCon bit. So they're already gonna announce the new expansion, so it's possible. What do you think is your worst character trait? Stubbornness. Yeah, stubbornness. If I could write lore for Blizzard, what would be your first storyline you write? I would explain how Illidan received the Blades of Azeroth. Then I would write a story about how Khadgar got a new look and became buddy-buddy with, what do you call it, Chromie? And, you know, became the next Guardian, and they completely retconned Madame. And then we'll see. Do you sing Let It Go? Sometimes. Tell the worst joke you could think of. I don't know if it's the right joke. What comes to mind is, what do you call a tub full of paladins and then a bubble bath, but I don't know if that's the right one. Would there be more raids in Warlords? Yeah, probably. My favorite legendary item? The cloak from Mr. Pandaria, because I really enjoyed the questline behind it. What's the deal with Draenor's elements? Elements, the Furies, being all buddy-buddy, but Azeroth's elements were at war. Yeah, they were at war, but they were at war because the Old Gods made them go to war. So that's the reason why they went at war with each other. Did you complete the Shadowborn questline? Not yet. Nope. Warcraft 4, what do you want the main story to be? If they're gonna do Warcraft 4, and the whole story that I just invented for the end of World of Warcraft, I don't see it coming anytime soon. So if they're gonna make a Warcraft 4, which I would love, it's either going to be the origin story of Warcraft, so Titans, Elements, Trolls, Old Gods, you know, that whole war and the formation of Azeroth. Or they're gonna go with a very, very far in the future storyline where everything's just dead and you don't even recognize it anymore. But I would love that origin story. Oh yeah, what do you call a bath full of resto druids and paladins? A hot tub full of bubbles. That was it. Thank you. What is Black Hand's secrets? Check out his comic, Black Hand, and you will know what's all about his arm. Thank you very much, Nomadic Assassin. My pleasure. Have you seen the Deadpool picture Ryan put up? Would be so good. I did not. Nope. Do you think Garrison will exist in the next expansion? Fuck me, I hope not. I hope Blizzard will take it for what it is, just a failure, and move on. That said, I would love my own pirate ship that I could upgrade like my Garrison. Or my own spaceship that I could upgrade like my garrison. That would be pretty sweet. I didn't get shit about his arm from that comic. If you read the comic, you'll find out, I've actually done a video about it. Doomhammer tries to avoid the prophecy. And in turn, the elements take away the Doomhammer weapon. So Blackhand, he goes to that place, he sticks his arm in the lava, the elements engulf him. And he uses the Doomhammer for weapons, for armor. And he gives it back to Orgrim. Now, I haven't finished the legendary questline yet. I hope that it'll give some more information. But you need to, like, bring his arm back to Khadgar, right? So I thought that it had something to do with the elements and whatnot. But yeah. So I just realized that Rand Blackhand in Blackrock Spire is Blackhand's son. That is correct. And his brother Maim was killed. Rand and Maim were actually there together. Yep, yep. My favorite cinematic, Wrathgate, is brilliant, but ever since Mr. Pandaria, ever since Wrath the Lich King, to be honest, they really picked up the game with cinematics and stuff like that. So there's so many to pick from. Best shoulder pads in the game? I have no idea. How did Frostmourne come into being? Was it forged by someone? It was made by the Dreadlords. Sheer lucky. I actually also did one in the Q&As, but it was made by the Dreadlords in order of Kill Jaden. That's about all we know, to be honest. Can subs post links? Yup. Because of your tweet of my post has made my Twitter explode. Sorry, Final Wolf. Instead of killing Garrosh, what would you rather them do? No, I was fine with killing Garrosh. I just wish that they did it at the end of Siege of Orgrimmar. That's my only complaint, to be honest. The reason why they kept him alive and the reason for war crimes is just so that they could do Waters of the Draenor, and that's a little bit a waste of character, in my opinion. Favorite mount? Invincible. How did Blackhand flirt with his wife? Let me massive smash. Yeah, I think next time we'll just, you know, do an open Q&A, to be honest. I don't think subscribers have that many questions left. All the love, indeed. Yeah, I was actually reading a couple of tweets from Belilar, and he was making a complaint that there's not a lot of interest in World of Warcraft at the moment. Now, thank heavens, thank Thrall that I make lore videos. But if I was dependent on news or actual content within the game, I would be fucked right now. And I really, really hope that Blizzard is gonna pick up the game. Did Kilrock just get really stoned from the blood or Mountain Dew and that's why he turned grey? Yep. Yup. And thank you very much, Sheer Lucky. Thank you, everybody. You've all been very kind to me tonight. I really needed that, so thank you. What time are we at? We're almost 10. Oh, we actually filled up more time than I imagined. Mr. Bigglesworth versus Thrall. Who would win? Mr. Bigglesworth. Okay, chat room. Lay it on me. We got 5 minutes left. Let's do a lightning round. Do you think Rellen will become more powerful than Gul'dan? Who's Rellen? Here's what I meant earlier. Who's the most sexual, attractive character Blizzard has made? And win. Where can I get your hat? Jinx. An orc enters in the pub. That's a question. Will I get you a little high? If I will get a little high and keep hearing you. Do you mind? Not at all, Sora. Enjoy. Best shoulder pads in the game? I have no idea. No idea. Thank you very much, Funkular. Can you teach me to play Retribution Paladin? I can't solo the raids. Hit buttons and win. Woolmail, I should actually make a guide on how I play Paladin, but yeah, I'm not the best one, man. What's the story of the Portal Stones in Stormwind and Orgrimmar? Who made them, or were they always there? Lore-wise, since threats from those sources didn't exist till later on. Portal Stones, oh, you mean those portal locations? Those are added for the Cataclysm. I don't believe actually somebody just made them. I think they just popped up. I don't know if there's a reason behind it. How about the story of the End Time? The Blizzard never fully expanded other than the 3 Cata dungeons that dealt with the story. I hated the End Time storyline, to be honest. It was not great, but I think they finished it all. Do you think Blackhand's arm is going to be used to slap Corona? Yup. Where's the Rangari general in our timeline? Rangari seem to have a little bit disappeared from the Draenei civilization since they were nearly exterminated. Exterminate! Oh yeah, Robin, you're right. I should. Thank you. Do you have any siblings? I have one older brother, yeah. He's 5 years older than I am. What's your favorite in-game city? Silvermoon is freaking beautiful. Yeah. Why are you so lovely? Aww. Aww, thank you, matey. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest right now. It's Fat Boss TV. Fat Boss Hyper. Let's hear your best American accent in America. Yeah! I can't do American accent. Do you think that the World of Warcraft could resurrect both our four dragon stories since disappeared in the Cataclysm? Sure, they can. The whole reason of there must always be a Lich King is to keep that storyline open. Do you think we'll ever see Stormwind, that park area, repaired? Nope, because it's an Alliance area and Blizzard doesn't give a fuck about Alliance. I called it, I said it right now. Deal with it. Will we see Death Knights and what was the Draenor? Death Knight showed up in the Lunafall Inn. When do you think we'll go and get Neptulon back from the Naga in the Dark Below expansion where we deal with the Jorah N'Zoth expansion? Although, Runix, fun fact, they actually tried to discontinue the storyline of Neptulon on Twitter. And then people were like, what? You can't do that. So they didn't. Show us your hair, please. Bloop, done. Will you marry me? If you like it, then you need to put a ring on it. Who is sexier, Euro or, I don't know, Angelina Jolie? Angelina Jolie, because she's real. Do you think Horde and Alliance will get a proper city in World of Draenor? Nope. That's been cut out. Malfurion versus Thrall. Thrall would win. Do you have an in-game spot where you just go and spend some time because you like it so much? Nope. Don't have the time to just sit around in game, unfortunately. How many times will you watch the Warcraft movie? So we will see a trilogy or most of the Warcraft universe. I think I'll just watch it once in the theaters. That's gonna be it, to be honest. Do your best Jamaican accent, man. Yeah, man. Can you take a selfie with me? Yanza, you're welcome to join the garrison, man. I'll list the group. Again. Isn't Azul dead? For now, yeah. Angelina Jolie or the Princess of Orange? Do you mean Maxima? I'll go with Angelina Jolie, thank you very much. What race would you like to be? See, be a class that they can't currently be. Gnome Paladins for sure, man. Gnome Paladins, awesome. Will WoW ever be free to play? In the final patch, final expansion probably. What is my item level? It's currently 670. How would they fix the park? Serious questions is I don't think any magic really worked with that. Well, they were able to build Daladon in a day. I don't see why they can't fix a freaking park. What would the next expansion be? I'm still counting on the Legion expansion, but it could also be Azara and N'Zoth. But if Mr. Pandaria and Warlords showed us anything, they can do whatever the fuck they want. Can you take the selfie? Do you think we're going inside of Chef Rev and Karabor and Draenor? I doubt it, Lemons. On beta, they didn't really, you know, finish it. Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry for the shuffling move. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've been doing 45 minutes now. I'm going to finish off the Q&A. I'm not going to end the stream just yet. I'm going to do a miniature guide as to how I play my Paladin, and then I've got a little something to let you all hear. So don't go anywhere just yet. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to finish off the Q&A and then we can upload this to the YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, onto YouTube. Normally this is subscriber Q&A, but today, you know, we opened it all up and it was a lot of fun. As always, if you have questions, you can always send them on my, you can always send them to me on Facebook. You can always send me a personal message and I'll get back to you whenever I can. Or catch me in one of my streams and, you know, I usually answer questions during the stream and it's always a grand old good time. At least I think it is.